Number 17, we want to differentiate y equals secant squared x. So to do this, we want to apply the chain rule. So when I differentiate the secant squared, I have to identify the outside function. The outside function is a squared function. So I need to differentiate that first. So power 2, keep the inside the same, and reduce the power by 1. So this stays secant, and we have to the power 1. So then we have to apply the derivative to the outside secant function, the inside secant function, and the derivative of secant is secant x tan x. Okay, and we get that from our formula sheet. So when I simplify this, I get y prime is equal to 2 times secant squared x tan x. Okay, so when I take a look at my answer key, the answer is C. Now, it is important to note that we can simplify this further though. And there's a few advantages to simplifying. So one way we can simplify this is into sine and cos, which is kind of nice because many of us are familiar with sine and cos. So that's going to be sine on top, cos on bottom. And there's two more coses on bottom, so we can write it like that. Now this isn't particularly useful because we still have two functions, much like we have here. There is another simplification, or using identity, for secant. Secant squared x is equal to 1 minus tan squared x minus 1, or plus 1. Okay, so we can convert that secant squared into a tan function. And by doing that, we've now expressing this all in terms of tan. And so we end up with this new expression. And it's in factors form, so we can actually solve this. Although there's no solution to this, we can see now that there's only one function. We've separated, furthermore, we separated by factoring, so we can it's much easier to solve this equation if we were to have to make it equal to 0 and find a horizontal tangent. So this is always something that we should be thinking about, is when we have our trig functions, make sure that we are able to apply some identities that will help us out. Don't just apply identities for the sake of applying identities, but apply an identity when the identity can help you out.